Video's live.
Yeah. All right.
And so is the audio. So what's up? Would you like to introduce yourself, sir?
Yeah, so I go by the name of Vale, otherwise known as Vile. I am a rapper from Denver, Colorado. I'm gonna be 22 next week actually, so
Alright.
look out for that.
Happy
Deuce,
birthday.
deuce.
Happy birthday.
I appreciate it, man.
I'm with it. Yeah. What kind of, like, I want to say, like, what kind of music you do?
Yeah, so I do, I guess it'd be considered like trap metal, but I do like all styles, I would say, you know what I mean? So like, it's really multi genre, really. Like I could do rock, I could do anything, just whatever my mind kind of feels like doing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wouldn't necessarily put a label on it, per se, but you know.
Call it creative, bro.
It's just creative, yeah. Multi-genre creative. I don't know. There you go. Your art.
Yeah.
Type
You're
shit.
an artist.
Yes,
And,
sir.
how long have we been doing that now?
Let's see. So I've been doing it I started about 5 years ago, but only recently I've been taking it seriously for about a year now. Or like really seriously, you know, like trying to get like more into it, I guess. So doing more shows out of state, putting more money into it. So like I've been actually doing it for about like a year and a half now, I would say.
Would you like some input? That's what's up, man. You know, shows are definitely an integral part of being a musical artist. You know, like if people don't really know what you're about or can see you perform, you know, then that's like it's one part being like on the internet and you know putting out videos and stuff like that, but yeah, the whole other part is definitely performing and getting out there and you know rocking the crowd.
Yeah, bro. That's like 90% of my music though. It's just like doing shows, I would say. Like I love doing shows. I love the energy of the crowd. I love making the crowd just go crazy, you know.
Yeah.
Like one of my favorite things I love doing is so I opened up for Wi-Fi's funeral.
Okay.
And I had a couple buddies who went there who never moshed, who never did shit. weren't out there like that, you know. They weren't rockers. They didn't know shit about it. But my show, they came in and they were actually mosh pitting. Like I had people going in there for the first time mosh pitting.
That's right.
And when they came out of it, you know, I always ask people, I'm like, yo, did you have a good time? You had a good time, you know? And they were like, yo, like that was the craziest shit. That was the funnest shit I've ever been in. And you know, that's like the number one thing I love, is just because then they gain a new experience by doing that, and they're able to let themselves go. You know what I mean? They're able to be who they are through doing this mosh pit shit and letting their anger go and being who the fuck they want to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I love about it. You know, love about doing shows. That's why like I'll be. We got an ashtray. Oh yeah. That's why. Yeah, I just love doing shows, man. I guess that's why I chose this genre of doing music, is because I just like being able to go out and do whatever the fuck I want, be myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I scream at a bunch of people in the crowd. I don't give a fuck who you are. I'm gonna scream at you and tell you what's good.
Fuck yeah, bro. You know, yeah, that's what it's all about, man. You know, it's about being yourself and enjoying what it is you do.
Yeah, getting the
Bro,
crowd wild. You
that's
got
like-
the performance down, that's for sure.
And bro, that's like what you gotta do, man. It's like people are paying money to come to your show. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Regardless if it's $5, $10, $3, you know what I mean? They're coming to your show. They're coming to see you guys perform, and so you got to put up a show somehow, you know. And that's kind of like what the Colorado scene lacks a little bit of. It's just like, it's just getting more energy. You know what I mean? That's what I feel. Cause like I'll be going out and watching guys open up for people. Or, you know, and I'm not like throwing shade or anything towards anybody. Don't think this is what I'm trying to say. I'm just trying to throw some food for thought out there. But like, you know, when I'm out there watching people do a show, they're just kind of like moving around the stage, not really doing nothing, you know what I mean? And they're just kind of like, they're singing to their song, they're doing their thing. But like, the way my mentality goes is, you know, man, they're coming to see you. Put on a fucking show like a theater, you know what I mean? Like a WWE show, like something, you know what I mean? Something crazy. Do something that they're like, holy fuck, you know what I mean? Because then they'll remember you. They'll remember who you are. and that's just how it goes every show. You just gotta be remembered for who you are, you know. And if you're opening up for someone, that's like the number one spot right there, is to get people to remember who the fuck you are. You know what I mean? And it kind of is kind of complicated for me because I got a hard name, you know, Vale. Not a lot of people can remember that, but I'm gonna make them remember that. You know what I mean?
No doubt, man. You know,
some people that'll stick out to a little more.
Yeah, definitely. You know, that's why like I'm grateful for, you know, having my, you know, background in the arts itself, like theater and stuff like that.
Yeah, bro.
You know, because you know, it's a performance. You know, when you get up there, you're, yeah, like you said, you know, people are paying money to see, you know, to be entertained. You know, that's what at the end of the day, it's what it is. It's entertainment, and people want to be entertained. And I mean, you know, if you can't have a stage presence up there, or you know, really get people's attention or get them involved, you know, then why would they want to pay attention or even listen?
Exactly.
You know, they need a reason to. You know, you got to give people a reason to want to watch you or even hear you. You know, and that's something I've been working on in like my past shows, is having a little more, you know, crowd involvement and making sure that, you know, that this is it takes, you know, it's like that saying, it takes two to tango. You know, like I can't just be up here and, you know, not paying attention to the crowd, and you know, they can't just be out there not paying attention to me. It doesn't work. You know, you got to work together.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's cool when you can actually do that.
Yeah, man. It's just It's just you gotta make sure people are. At the end of the day, you want people to be like, oh shit, that was worth my fucking money. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Like if you were on that, think about like if you were on the other end of that, you don't want to see some performer just performing this song and then, all right, peace out, guys. Done. Fuck that. No, you want to see some dude in the crowd with you fucking moshing, going crazy. You know what I mean? You don't want.
Hey, bro.
Fuck
some
that.
of the big artists, they just be like, all right, peace.
Yeah, fuck that, bro. Fuck that. Nah, bro. And that's what I hate about rappers, man. It's like when they come out and just do the thing and then walk off, and that's it. You know, it's just a paycheck to them, but. To me, like, I don't know, as you guys should know, you know, this is an art, this is a lifestyle, this is who you are, you know what I mean?
Yeah, this ain't no fucking costume.
This ain't no costume, bro. This ain't no costume. We ain't playing Batman, bro. None of that.
We ain't Batman.
It's the way of life.
No, that's tight. I like the way you go about it, you know what I'm saying? With how you're trying to bring out more of people.
Yeah,
man. More of
man.
themselves. You feel me? So
Yeah, and that's the whole thing to like what I try to get people to change their minds. You know, when I was coming up, you know, I was all about being lyrical. You know what I mean? I was all about kind of just being on stage and doing what I do. But like after a while of developing, you know, I realized when I went out and did my first mosh pit, when I was in my first mosh pit, I was like, holy fuck, that was fun as shit. And I came out of it different. You know what I mean? And it's like you come out of it completely wiped. You know what I mean? It's like all your anger, your frustration, your stress is just gone. You know what I mean? And it's all because you guys shared this bond. And when you're in a mosh pit, it's not just like you guys are fucking each other up and like that's how it goes. You know what I mean? It's when you're in a mosh pit, if someone falls, you're gonna pick his ass up and keep moshing. You know what I mean? It's not none of that fucking we're just gonna fuck each other up. And that's like, and because there's a deep level of respect in it, there's a lot of people who get a lot more benefit out of it. You know what I mean? Like for instance, I went to the Suicide Boys concert and I came out of that shit. I had blood, sweat, other people's blood, other people's sweat, like all over me. But at the end of the day, I had a great fucking time. I even called her up and I was like, yo, like best concert I've ever went. Crazy as shit, loved it. You know what I mean? And like, it was kind of funny. Her little cousin, actually, my girl's little cousin, she, I guess Snapchatted her, and like, it was like a video of me in the crowd, just like being dumb as fuck. But it was me releasing who the fuck I am. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fucking Adam.
I feel that, man. That's how I felt my first tech show. Hey, bro, do you have a remote? You can just mute that.
Oh yeah.
Facts.
But you know, yeah, bro. I feel you. Like my first tech show I went to, that's when I first ever experienced moshing. And I mean, yeah, you know, it was a great experience, and it's, yeah.
Bro, it's like, if you want to live life, bro, that is shit you gotta do. You know what I mean? If you wanna go experience life and stop being depressed as fuck and actually go, you know, enjoy what life has to offer, do a mosh for the fuck of it. You know what I mean? It's no one's gonna just fuck you up. You're not gonna run in there and you get punched in the fucking face unless you're at like a hardcore show. You know what I mean? Which Yeah, those get crazy. But, you know, if you just go into a rap show that has a lot of mosh pits, which majority of them nowadays do, you know, it's fun as shit, man. It's fun. I just recommend doing it. Just go live it.
It's not for me. It's not for me.
Bro, I recommend doing it, bro. I mean, it's especially if you find yourself having a lot of anger and being really sad, which, you know, sadness causes anger. It just releases all that. You know what I mean? It just releases all that frustration, all that shit, all that toxic energy out of you, and you're just a whole new person at the end of the day. You know what I mean?
I can see that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
It kind of and honestly, like, makes you it sounds weird, but it kind of makes you realize that humans are actually pretty cool at the end of the day, because when you get fucked up, bro, like I've been fucked up in a mosh pit, and that same guy who fucked me up also comes up and picks you up. You know what I mean? It's just that deep respect where you're like, ah, cool, all right, like, people are pretty cool, you know?
Yeah, man. It's awesome. You know, like, there's different ways of therapy. It's on you. But, you know, like, yeah, you know, like, there's fighting, you know, there's rapping, there's, you know, lifting weights. I personally like lifting weights. It really helps. You know, like, if you're stressed or if you're, like, mad, bro, you're going to lift some weights, shit, you're going to feel a lot better.
Facts.
Like, you know, just even that feeling, just breathing deeper and those deep breaths you take when you're lifting and stuff.
Anything that gets you, like, pumping, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, and, like, I'm not saying, like, do it all the time. Like, I just say do it once. You know what I mean? Don't sit back and go, all right, I'm never doing that shit. Just be like, just do it once. If you don't fuck with it, don't do it again. Then you know. You know what I mean? But I would say just do it once when, I guess, COVID is cool, or if you don't give a fuck, whatever.
When you can, again.
You know?
I think it's going to be wild for people to moshing. I mean, people probably moshing. You know, no doubt this probably happened somewhere, but
it's happening,
you know,
somewhere.
It's probably not the best thing you could be doing right now.
Yeah. But, you know, man, I just recommend doing it at least once, you know?
Yeah.
Like, and a lot of people hate on it. They're like, oh, that's kind of weird, you know? But I guess people always hate what they don't understand, you know what I mean? It is what it is.
People are, the human is an interesting creature.
Facts. Facts. They're the scariest creature.
They have some wicked tools at their disposal.
Wow. I mean, like, I think about that all the time. It's just like how, like, everything is just kind of built, you know what I mean? We, like, started out from nothing, and now we're look at where we at, you know what I mean?
Stand on the shoulders of giants.
It's crazy, bro. It's crazy.
You ever think of, like, when you are, like, say, this table, you know, back to the first moment when the first person designed the table or whatever, you know, just stuff like that.
Bro, like, I think about it, like, how the fuck do you do that? You know what I mean? Like, how do you think of that shit? You're just like, now, like, put two sticks together, or put 4 sticks together, put a table on, like, what the fuck? How do you know that, bro?
Like,
how?
a tree fell somewhere,
or like,
and then they had this little log,
or like,
and then they would build the table right there, like that.
Like first. Birthday cakes, bro. Birthday cakes. Like, how the fuck do you, like, how do you make a birthday cake? How do you know how to put, like, this plant and mush them up together and just fucking, like, make a fucking birthday cake? That doesn't make any sense, bro.
It's you know,
it doesn't.
Hundreds of years of trial and error.
It doesn't make any sense, but
it's
you know,
crazy, you know, yeah.
It's
somebody.
Humans are interesting creatures, bro. Like, we're pretty crazy, bro. At the end of the day, I'm glad to be human, you know.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
I'm glad to be where I'm at.
You know, when a lot more people realize that, you know, we truly are connected in a much deeper way. You know, and people just don't. I think that's what keeps people able to be so, you know, hostile towards one another. You know, because, like, you know, your family and stuff. You truly, people understand, well, for the most part, most people understand that is truly a true connection, you know, and so people treat family a lot different than they would treat, you know, a random stranger on the street.
But it all depends on what you consider family, though, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Because, like, it's all, like, family isn't labeled by, you know, it's not labeled, considered, I guess, biologically, it's labeled by, you know, blood, organs, whatever. But, you know, it's all mental at the end of the day. You know, who do you consider family? You know what I mean? I have a lot of blood family that I don't even know, or I don't talk to, or that don't talk to me. It is what it is. But I have a lot more people in my life that I consider family that aren't blood related, but have done more for me than my blood family. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it's like, at the end of the day, I would look out for those people before my own blood. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I totally. Yeah, no, that's what I'm getting at. Like, yeah, you know, families, you know, it doesn't have to be exact.
Yeah, it's like everybody's, you know, it's how you see a person, really, you know.
Yeah,
Your
bro.
connection with a person.
It's all, it's all, you know, connection, energy. It's all, you know, how you treat people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's like a lot of people on this planet who like, I just look at as family, man. Like and there's a lot of my blood family, which I wish they could be there, but it is what it is, man.
No doubt.
You know what I mean?
You know, I actually feel, you know, the whole world is family. You know, once we, you know, we may not be the same level of family. Like there's levels to relationships. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know, not every relationship is the same. You know.
Right.
And so yeah, I think there's levels to it, but when we all are related, you know, on a deeper, truer level. And once we realize that, you know, we can stop being so hostile to one another and try to understand one another more if we look at it in that lens.
But at the end of the day, bro, like there is no good with no bad.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
gosh,
Oh,
look at you.
Yin and yang.
you know what I
It's the
mean?
balance.
At the end of the day,
Come on.
we have to have hostility to have the good. You know what I mean? And it, as fucked up as that sounds, like at the end of the day, we're gonna have murderers. That's just how it's gonna be. You know what I mean? And that's how life goes. You know what I mean? We're gonna have bad people, but we're also gonna have really good people. You know, and that's the good and that's the bad. So I don't know, man. It's just hostility. I wish yes there would be no hostility towards each other, but I don't think that's reality.
No doubt.
My coworkers always said, I bet if aliens came, we'd all definitely band together at that moment if we were getting invaded.
Yeah. I wonder how long it would last though. Until the aliens decided to align with one faction, and then they splintered off from the rest of humanity, and then betrayed them and moved on.
Bro, honestly,
That's how humanity is.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep it a being with you. I don't know if aliens actually came to our Earth.
I mean, we could be aliens, bro. Dolphins could be aliens.
But like,
Aliens.
I don't think scientifically. Wouldn't they just like not be used to our atmosphere? You know what I mean?
I mean, no, definitely. I
I
can see
think
that.
they would have technology, bro. You know,
Maybe. I don't know.
like if they're light years more
But, like,
advanced
why
than
do-
us,
why-
they would definitely have technology to be able to last on other planets. I would
But
think.
why do people think that like aliens are just so advanced? What if they're just at the same level that we are?
Well, let me
I don't
say
get-
something real quick. Okay, think about this, right? So, let's say like 1890s, right?
Yeah,
The
yeah.
Industrial Revolution,
Right.
around that area.
Right.
We start really getting into technology, and then 1920, the automobile, and then we just go from there. And now look, we're at an iPhone, and that's what in the span of like 150 years, something like that. Okay,
True.
if you've had a billion years and your civilization has progressed that whole time with technology, imagine what you could truly get done. Like we've only done that in 150, and that's us as humans. If it's some other creature, maybe not even humanoid, maybe they're like gaseous or something, and they're able to
Right.
do other things, work with different elements, and in that billion years, they're able to build light traveling vehicles.
I mean, sure, for
Yeah.
sure, like for sure.
Oh my God.
But like, who's to say that they? I don't know. Like, who's to say that they're as advanced as us? You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe they're more advanced.
I don't know. But yeah, maybe they are. Maybe
How I see it is that I would think that there would be more advanced races, and then there would be lesser advanced races like us. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And then that's just how it is throughout the whole universe. It's just different populations everywhere.
I don't know, man. What if I don't know? Aliens are a crazy thing.
Yeah, it's different.
And crazy thing.
It's an interesting concept because I think it doesn't even have to just be like something you can really see, or even there's different types of living creatures out there,
Right.
microorganisms and all this other shit, and just because you can't perceive doesn't mean it's not there, or
Right.
it could be different than what you think. It doesn't have to be a little 3-foot green guy with a weird looking head, humanoid-esque.
Like you said, what if they're gaseous?
Yeah.
So like they're right in front of you, but you can't see it. It's a gas, like air.
Mm-hmm.
What if they blend in with the air?
Yeah, man. I mean, who
Possible.
knows?
Yeah.
Aliens are a weird thing. I don't think aliens are ever. I don't know. I don't think aliens would fuck with us. I just don't. I really don't. I just think they'd be like, what the fuck is going on here? You know what I mean? Like, all the dumb shit that we're like okay with and not okay with, they probably not fuck with us, bro. Like, let's be honest. Let's be fucking honest.
Well, what I've heard is like, you know, since we've actually like set off nuclear bombs and stuff, that's when a lot of the more, you know, there's more sightings and stuff like that people have had because, you know, they're just there. They took interest, or an advanced species took interest in the fact that we were, you know, possibly using these weapons of mass destruction on each other and what the ramifications that could have on maybe even, you know, other planets. But I mean, you know, who knows really?
Bro.
I'm no expert. I wasn't there. You know, I don't work with the CIA. I don't know these secrets, but I mean, it's interesting to think about.
And speaking of nuclear weapons, have you guys listen to the Joe Rogan Experience by chance?
I mean, you know,
I've
here and
heard a
there.
couple.
I've
Yeah,
seen it.
okay.
I
Well,
haven't
the new Elon Musk interview, he oh shit, sorry.
How'd that go? Was it good?
Yeah, bro, it was pretty interesting. You know, that man scares me to death. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, Elon. Elon Musk.
He's a dangerous man. He got a lot of power.
Yeah, crazy ideas, crazy thoughts, bro. Like, I mean, man's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
But like, I also idolize the shit out of him. You know what I mean? He's funny. I don't know.
He's intelligent.
He's intelligent. He seems to know what the fuck he's doing. But like, it kind of scares me that we're kind of looking at him like he's a fucking god. You know what I mean?
Oh, you never look at nobody
Some
like
people-
that.
Like,
you know what I'm
god
saying?
damn, bro.
That's how we see a lot of celebrities, though. You feel me?
Yeah.
People idolize celebrities all over the world.
I don't know. He just like when they were talking to him, because Joe Rogan was like, "What's the meaning of life?" He asked him what the meaning of life is. I kind of was like, weird question because I don't get why would Elon Musk know what the meaning of life is, kind of thing. But
Yeah, I'm sure he would ponder it.
there is no meaning of life, bro. Your meaning of life is what is meant to you. Really?
You know, I think the
Like,
meaning
not-
of life is for,
That's like,
you know, you're the universe experiencing itself. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And the point of life is for you to enjoy, live, experience, and just do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Go out there and do something. Be a part of it. Live it.
I
Go,
mean,
you know, inspire people.
yeah, bro. But like I don't know. It's just an off question to me. But like, he answered it pretty.
What'd he say?
gnarly. He was just, I can't do it word for word really, but basically he just kind of like turned the question in a sense, which is like, we got to reword the question. I don't know. It,
Well,
he
we'll
just didn't
we'll have to
answer
watch
it
it.
really. Yeah, you have to
It's
listen to it.
on, it's
a
on
little
Joe
bit.
Rogan, you said?
Yeah.
New Elon Musk.
If you guys got Spotify, I think he's only on Spotify now.
Really?
Yeah, bro, he's not on YouTube anymore.
Oh, wow.
Well, the clips are, but yeah, not the full video.
Yeah, not the clips.
It's kind of a
or the
bummer.
clips are, but yeah, not the whole video.
Look
That's
at
cool though.
him.
Good for him.
That's tight.
Making money.
I know. You know what's crazy about that is he had to move out of LA to do that, bro. He had to like move out of LA or move to Texas because LA would have took like a shit ton of money from him
I'm sure.
out of that deal.
That's
Like
wild.
way too much money. It's
Yeah.
insane, bro.
That's interesting. So that's why that's one of the reasons he moved too.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Moved to Colorado.
Huh?
He moved to Colorado.
So he's here?
No, he moved away from Colorado.
Yeah,
he
he's
couldn't
in-
handle it
He's
here.
in Texas.
Mm-hmm. Couldn't handle our wildlife.
Dude, it's interesting, right? That they got a little snowstorm down there and it's all shut down.
I
It's-
know.
Bro, that's well.
That
It,
shit is
it's just
crazy.
because like the pipes and shit,
You know, I know.
can't,
And
like,
then the power.
yeah,
bro.
It sucks. It's bad.
and
But
like
I mean, I
they-
can't believe what they don't have plows down there.
I just can't believe they weren't more prepared, bro.
I know. That's
like
what I'm saying. Like, how do you not?
like,
even
I-
just think about it.
even if snowstorms don't happen there regularly, like if even there's more than like a 10% chance.
Yeah, you should. There should at least be plows. or
Yeah,
You know,
something.
like, where's
Yeah.
like I don't know if they do have it or don't, but it's just like I don't know. Now they will. You know?
Yeah.
At least like better. If they don't, then now they're next time totally stupid. But yeah, it's definitely something to think about.
Dude,
like us, that's just that's way of life.
Yeah, when I seen it, the first time I seen it was because K Reno.
Oh, yeah.
He's in Texas. So
Oh shit.
He made a video about it. He's like, you got people all over the world. Y'all probably laughing at us right now.
Yeah, no, I saw it on a TikTok actually, and like girl was like going to her house and just kind of going through, and it was like pipes were just bursting through their rooms and shit, and like water flowing everywhere.
Damn.
Bro, fuck that. You know how many Texans we're about to start getting in, bro? Oh, damn.
I don't know. This is bro. That's bad.
Yeah.
COVID times. And
Yeah.
it's a rough time, man.
Bro, we're about to be getting in so many Texans coming in like this week, next week.
Yeah.
I promise that.
A bunch of tourists.
Yeah.
A bunch of fleeing.
They're like, fuck that.
You gonna come here?
Yeah.
More?
Yeah, bro, because Colorado's the closest. Colorado's closest. People love smoking weed, bro. Love it.
Oh, I know, bro. I'm aware.
We're aware.
That's where we get all of our revenue these days.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
Weed.
Yeah.
Right.
Weed.
The shit, it did like, I think this last year they said did like just billions of dollars. I forget. It was a high number though. It was the highest
It was
in like a year.
like
for the year.
98.
Yeah, it was a bunch, dude. Like,
It was like crazy.
made
Hey,
much.
that's good for us though.
Makes sense. I buy a lot of that shit.
Bro, I mean, and what's weird is like we're tearing down shit to build apartments. Like we're tearing down a lot. Like we're about to be looking like New York, bro.
Well, the
How
thing
many
is that gets me is like how much they're like the like expensive pricing for all these places. You know what I mean? Like, why isn't there any affordable ones?
Yeah,
You know?
right.
Like,
Where's
what's
this?
up with that?
Like I know they promised us affordable housing, but it's
Yeah.
just like what? So then the more inner housing is gonna be more expensive, and then the more outer skirts is gonna be
the suburbs and stuff.
Yeah.
That's the way it is now. The suburbs are cheaper than the city.
It's
Which I
gonna
mean,
be
I
weird,
think
bro.
that's the way. That's probably it always has been. But I mean, it shouldn't. Like, I mean, if there's all these buildings, they still need people to live there. But the thing is, too, is all these tourists. Somebody's coming from like New York where they're paying like $2,000 a month, coming here to like only $1,800. Shit, that's cheap.
That's cheap as fuck,
like,
bro.
And I mean,
And you get to smoke weed.
Yeah, it's
And
like,
you get to
what?
like do shrooms, like, and don't get in trouble. Like, why not? Why the fuck not, bro?
Yeah.
Why the fuck not? Let's all move to fucking Colorado.
yeah, exactly. And that's
Fuck.
the thinking.
And then but like it kind of benefits us at the end of the day too, like for us rappers, because we then, we start building up a scene. You know what I mean? And like what we need in the scene, bro, is more like managers. You know what I mean? We need more inside people to build us up. You know what I mean? We need more scouts or whatever the fuck. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
Because like, bro, we have so many rappers, yes, but like,
Nobody's checking us out.
no one's checking us out, bro. If you go to Atlanta, bro, I promise you go to any studio, bro, and then you'll be able to find someone. You know what I mean? Like, you'll be able to get checked out at studios in Atlanta or LA or whatever. You know what I mean?
That's your sin. Have someone represent you and
Yeah, and like
bring you some
like
deals and
maybe
stuff.
someone to fucking help you. You know what I mean? But we have no one here to help the guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
help
maybe
the
we
rappers.
should be those guys
For
then.
real.
You know what I mean?
Bro, been thinking about it. Think about it.
We gotta bring us. We gotta bring ourselves to the world.
Yeah. I just got a few things I gotta accomplish first. I feel like,
No doubt.
and then maybe get into that realm. You know what I mean? When time is right. But
I feel that.
and like I do want to help Colorado as much as I can. But I know at some point I gotta move out. I gotta go to Texas, LA. You know what I mean? And that's just like unless we can start building up a scene within Colorado. I want to be able to blow up in Colorado, yes, but like chances are, you'll have to move to LA or Texas or whatever to get popping. You know what I mean? To be able to get scouted and then build up from there. You know what I mean? Then you can rep Colorado. Put Colorado on the map. But that's the hard part, bro. Is like how do you, especially when a lot of the crowd around here is just like. If you don't have a song with Drake, who the fuck are you? You know what I mean? If you don't have a song with this person, like, it's like, look at the local talent, Go support your little guys. Support the guys from Colorado.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's annoying.
No doubt. I agree, man. I mean, but I think, we have to do that. And I mean, I think we're working on it. I mean, that's what we're doing here. We're trying to put the spotlight on the scene. And I think we have so far. We have you.
Yeah, man, I appreciate being here.
Merciless Articulation and Jay the Rarest.
Yeah. We've had Jay Woods. We've had Taz the Problem.
King Frenzy. Yeah, man. I mean,
you guys are definitely, I would say you're tapping in everywhere. You know what I mean? And that's what I appreciate. And that I should I've told you I'm thankful for being here. You know what I mean? I love your guys' podcast. I actually watch it every fucking week. Believe it or not. But man, it just I feel like we gotta have more of a scene, I guess.
I agree. Yeah. I agree. I think if there was, I think we just need a spot. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of places that have a focal point, where people actually go to, and that's the spot. The Roxy. We have the Roxy. There's, that's a spot that we go to frequently.
Right. Yeah.
There's
Cervantes.
There's a show. There's a spot downtown that I know they be running shows. Safe shows. They have plexiglass up.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean,
Bar Red. Have you ever heard of it? Downtown.
No.
Yeah, I actually met the guy. I met the owner. He's a rapper. So,
what?
Yeah, he does shows and shit, and he's tight as fuck.
That's cool, bro. It's hard for someone like me because I mentioned, man, a lot of my shows are mosh pitting and shit, so it's a lot of physical contact, and I gotta figure out how to build up a stage presence without more contact. You know what I mean? Because usually my moves are just go in the fucking crowd and mosh and go crazy. You know what I mean? But now I got to figure it out. Because if now I got to stand on stage, I got to have more of a theatrical stage presence. You know what I mean?
I think eventually we should shoot for having our own spot. You know what I mean? Our own venue.
I've always.
I know we've talked about
something. Yeah,
that'd be lit, bro.
I definitely thought about that, and I would really like to do.
Make it that would be that spot.
Yeah, bro.
They come to hip hop.
Actually, one of my favorite spots is oh man, what's that spot called?
Is it your mom's house?
No. Damn, I'm gonna regret this later, man. I cannot remember the name on the top of my head, but it's a small venue. Small venue I usually play at.
I don't know where it's at.
Seventh Circle.
Seventh Circle, yes. Thank you. Yes, Seventh Circle, man. My favorite fucking venue. I love it there. They always got good vibes for me there. You know what I mean? It's just the punk kind of vibes. Kind of going crazy vibes, and they don't have any too much restriction. And they're good for the local talent. You know what I mean? They always do. They always let local talent go on.
Yeah. Do they still run open mics or?
Are they open right now?
I don't know what's going on with them, to be honest. I haven't seen anything too much lately. I was worried they were gonna close down because of COVID and shit. That's what I was worried about, but they seem to be going strong, doing their thing. And actually, turned out that it looks like they are doing a little bit better than I thought. You know what I mean? Because it's a perfect spot for being able to do live shows, or shows on Facebook Live or whatever, shit like that. Pretty dope scene.
Yeah, I've always wanted to check it out. I never got a chance to.
Same. Yeah, I heard a lot.
Bro, yeah, no, y'all gotta see about getting shows there. It's a dope vibe. Fit 50 people. Get a good. If you fit 50 people in there, it looks pretty big. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
It looks a bar and stuff too, or?
It's I think it's a BYOB kind of situation.
Huh. Interesting.
I don't know what their deal is with the alcohol really.
Is there security and stuff too, or no?
I think there is people at the front doors.
Yeah.
To kind of watch out and ticket you and shit. But as far as security in there, you would have to kind of bring your own.
Interesting.
You know what I mean?
But yeah, I'll have to check that out, man.
Yeah, and they got a dope little outside, and it looks like a house.
Is it gated?
Yeah, it's all gated.
That's cool.
Yeah, dope spot. So what's new with y'all though? You got any music going on?
Oh yeah.
Love
Let me
that
hear
song.
about this.
I got a lot of music that I've been working on. Freaking, I got a new project.
Oh
I
yeah?
have 2 new projects coming. A new song that I'm about to drop next week. And I drop my witties still every week, you know? I drop my witties.
Hell yeah. People
Oh.
witties.
Hell yeah.
I'm doing like some 16, 24 bars at a time sometimes.
See, I gotta give it to you, man. You're pretty consistent on that. You know, you do better than I do because I haven't dropped a song in months. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which I gotta get back on it, man. I actually got some stuff coming out. Little thing I'm working on.
Tell us about it.
I mean, it's nothing too crazy right now. I'm trying to get some. It's like not built up all the way. I got the instrumentals. I'm just waiting on trying to get some features on it. See about doing that. But yeah, man, it's gonna be pretty cool. I'm kind of going in the theme of like Vikings.
Okay.
Because lately it sounds kind of weird, but I'm kind of hashing into my my Scandinavian roots. So I'm looking into all that, and just like the history of Vikings is pretty crazy to me.
Yeah.
Thinking about like berserk, like what I mean by that is like referring to like berserkers and stuff like that. It's like my favorite thing right now. It's like learning about that. The most interesting people. If you don't know what a berserker is, so basically like these were like the toughest warriors. These were the psychopath warriors, like the warriors that would stand in front, and then all the rest of them would be like 10 feet back. You know what I mean? Like they would stay away from these fuckers because they're ready to kill at any time. You know, it was said that they had foam coming out of their mouths. They'd be biting on their shields for anxiety. You know,
And it's just like a state, right? Like
and it's like this like mental state from psychedelics.
Yeah. They take like a mushroom, right?
Yeah, they would take mushrooms and they would wear like you know, skin like of animals, and they would believe that they were those animals. You know, there was one story of a berserker who, you know, the Northern Vikings, they were losing a battle and retreating, and this berserker came out of nowhere and took like 40 down before succumbing to his wounds.
Shit.
So this motherfucker like killed 40 people, and there was no guns at the time, just knives, bro.
Yeah.
Killed 40 motherfuckers before he was like, ah, shit, I got stabbed. Yeah.
It's like, oh, lost too much.
Yep.
Can't go no more.
Fuck, bro. And like that makes you really fucking think about humans. You know what I mean? Think about them a little bit crazier. And so that's what this whole my project that I'm working on goes around. It's just fucking going absolute insane. You know what I mean? To the point where it's like murderous, killing. You know what I mean? Just killing motherfuckers.
Kill it, right?
That shit sounds interesting. I'm looking forward to hearing that.
Yeah, man, and it's gonna have a little bit different vibes for sure. But it's a whole new sound, really, man. It's a whole new sound to it that I got going. Yeah, it's like definitely more better produced for sure. So just because I've taken time off of music or like putting out music doesn't mean I haven't been working on music. You know what I mean? I've been working on music like crazy. Been working on producing myself and just doing audio, you know, engineering myself and whatnot. So it's gonna be crazy, bro. And if I can get the right features on it, it's gonna be crazy.
I believe it. Can't wait to hear it. Shit, man.
That should be tight.
Music's the shit. So who you been listening to right now?
Oh, you know, I've been getting really into alternative shit right now. So I like Blood Orange. They're pretty cool. You know, I stick to my usual. I've been bumping the new Scarlord. That shit's crazy.
Okay.
City Morgue, Zilla Call Me, they go crazy. You know what I mean? NASCAR Aloe. And honestly, I be listening to myself a lot. I just be listening to my music a lot. That's all I do every day. Is like I wake up, listen to little City Morgue, little Scarlord, and then put myself on. Get motivated for the day. You know.
Yeah.
That's what's up, bro. Some artists can't even listen to themselves.
Yeah, it's interesting listening to yourself. You know?
It's on a daily basis, bro.
Yeah, I love hearing myself. Hearing what I create. Freaking. I'm like, wow, I really did this. Sometimes I'm like,
Yeah, I feel like that.
Bro, yeah, it's like, it's a crazy feeling when you produce something that you're actually proud of, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you're like, holy fuck, like, I made this, like, what? You know what I mean? And then once you get better at it, it's just like, you start realizing, like, it starts becoming more humbling, I guess, at the end of the day, you know? You start realizing that you're becoming better person because of it, you know?
yeah.
I don't know about y'all, but like it's more of like an antidepressant for me, you know what I mean? Like to be able to make something I'm proud of, it's like knowing that I can do something, you know, and I'm getting better at doing it every day.
Yeah.
Means that that's like my meaning to life.
And I read something like when we see like progression, it increases the dopamine in our brain.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like
right.
happy chemical pretty much.
Yeah, success.
Yeah.
People need success. You
Yeah.
know, like we were talking about in the last one, you know, people try to define success by these grand old measures, you know,
Right.
but when you step back and realize that, you know, each goal really has smaller goals to achieve it. And once you realize that achieving those goals is something that you do, you know, then you do succeed. You know, that's a success, you know, and you don't have to, you know, look at the end goal as the only success you get. Because,
bro.
you know, there's many successes along the road, and if you stop and acknowledge them, it helps, you know, keeping you inspired.
Exactly, bro. Like, yeah, man. It like every time that you reach this goal, you know, every failure is a present to me. You know, is something good to me because then I know what the fuck I'm doing next time. You know.
Yeah, failures
like,
are successes too.
Exactly, and like as much as it scares you, man, at the end of the day, failure is the best thing that can ever happen to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And to have success means to fail a lot. And if you can success the first time, then imagine how many times you could be more successful if you failed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, man. Because it's a teacher. You know?
Yeah.
It's what
like-
it teaches you. You
like-
have to learn from it.
Like all these one-hit wonders, you know what I mean? Like, imagine how good they would be if they kept going. You know what I mean? They just hit this mark and then they're like, oh, I'm successful. And then they don't, then they have these failures and then all of a sudden it's just boom, like I'm gone.
Yeah, you
That's
want to
it.
be like Tech 9, bro. He's going.
Yeah.
He's strong. He got the label with Chris Calico and their whole gang.
Like, bro, just because your album doesn't do good this time, your album doesn't do good the second time, doesn't mean the third album won't do okay. You know, doesn't mean that third album won't do great. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just keep going. You know what I mean? Fuck that. You know, even if you have 10 albums and you only have 1 or 2 successes, you know what I mean? That's okay. You know what I mean? Some people have 10 albums and no successes. You know what I mean? And that's just how it is. And don't let anyone ever hate you on that. You know what I mean? Because people, I don't know, people hate on that shit. You know, people hate on like numbers. Hate with numbers doesn't mean anything to me. You know what I mean? Someone with million plays doesn't mean shit to me compared to someone
Have you
with
heard my music? Like shit. What do you
with
think?
1,000.
Let me hear your opinion. If you don't like it, whatever. Go move on.
Exactly.
Yeah, I hear you.
Like it doesn't matter, bro. It doesn't matter. You know, there's gonna if 1,000 plays is just as good as 1,000,000 plays. You know what I mean? If your music is good, you know what I mean?
That's what it's got to do for the passion. You know,
Yeah.
for the enjoyment.
Exactly.
For you to enjoy it.
Exactly.
You know.
And that's why it's kind of sad seeing all these people who just do it for money. You know what I mean? Is because then you start seeing them enjoy it less and less and less, and then it becomes more stressful and more. They can drop at any second. You know what I mean? And compared to someone who does this shit for their fucking passion, you know, it's just like if you don't make it work, you know what I mean? If it doesn't feel like work, then you keep going. You know what I mean? But if you're just doing it for the money, it's gonna keep feeling like work because then you don't have that passion for it. You know, you don't have this passion for being able to be successful. You know what I mean? That's why like I don't like when people sit there and go, "Oh, I only did it for the money." Well, it's just then what? Okay, you got the money. Then what else? What else is there? You know what I mean? What else is there?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they once they got the money, because they don't know what to do with it, it's gone.
Yeah.
It's gone.
And
like
can't even make music no more.
Your fame could go away like this, and then what? And then what? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fame could go away like that in a
Yeah.
day.
Definitely. You know, you gotta diversify.
Especially if you got some skeletons in your closet. And nowadays. You know what I mean? But like someone like me, you know, I just do this shit for a passion, you know, the shit I talk about, like, yeah, I might just talk about violence, but, you know, that's just like how I grew up. That's how I raised, you know. We, you know, Isaac, us growing up, you know, if y'all didn't know, Isaac is my childhood friend. We grew up listening to like Hollywood and Dead, D12, shit like that, where they, you know, they talked about murdering people and shit like that, but it wasn't no gang shit. It was just murdering people, you know what I mean? I would go home and like, I know I make it sound cool, but that's just like what I grew up on. That's just my interest, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would go home every day from like when I was like 7. I would go home every day, go to my mom's office, and I would just watch like serial like killer documentaries and shit, and I would just get to know why people were fucking serial killers, because that shit interested me, you know. And that's why I talk about the things I talk about, because it interests me. Like, why the fuck would someone want to rip someone else's face off? And then you start like understanding, because they go through so much things in their life that they become blind to it, you know what I mean? They don't, like, when you're in, like, someone's life could end in like 2 seconds, bro. Like, one gunshot, your life is done. You know, you grow up as a baby, and you grow up to be a man, and then you're just done. You know what I mean? And like, it just interests me that like someone in a fit of rage can take that away from someone.
Yeah.
It just interests the shit out of me.
It's crazy.
Yeah, man, it's a wicked world, bro. It's the possibilities out there are just vast, and people have really pushed those like limitations, you know.
Rage is interesting, for sure.
The mental mind's an interesting part, bro, because the nicest person on this planet could get treated like shit and just go on a fit of rage and then fucking murder mass people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's possible.
It's insane, bro.
It's wild, man.
You know what
people
I mean?
have, and they do.
And like, and I guess like this, the interest of death came from like my uncle who was a murderer. So that's why I gained this interest of like, why would someone do this? You know what I mean? I don't want to like speak on that too much, but like, yeah, it just like, that's where I built this interest from.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, man. You know, that's interesting stuff. You know, to get into mind and think about, you know, like serial killers, you know, like John Gacy and all these other dudes who, you know, just did this stuff like wildly and, you know, concealed it and did it for years and just like over hunters.
Yeah, for real though. Yeah,
That's
I read this
wild.
book. It's called the Iceman, the contract killer.
Oh yeah, Iceman. Yep. Yeah, that motherfucker's crazy, bro.
Bro, he was fucking insane.
Yeah.
He killed like over 200 people by himself.
What?
He used to work for the mob. Freaking, one of his.
Oh yeah.
His favorite death was to kill people. He'd take them to this cave, set up like that. He'd tie them up butt naked or whatever in this cave, and he'd set up a camera and he'd feed them to these rats.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, bro. And it's
Oh yeah, you know what? I did see that. That was.
Yeah.
Bro, but
he was
then like,
crazy.
what's crazier, bro, is then like, you know, I developed this like love of learning World War II, right? And then when you get to understand why, like, what the Nazis did, bro, it's just like the most insane shit. You know what I mean? Like ripping like babies apart, bro, the nastiest shit. And it's just like, why, bro? You don't I don't understand this. You know what I mean? And it's this constant question of just why.
Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah, they were doing some sick shit in their name for science. You know, like oh my god, bro.
It's insane.
Savage ass shit.
It's insane, bro.
Like the experiments they did on people and like trying to amputate people together and shit.
Yeah, like.
Yeah, and it was it was mainly like Jewish people, right? That they did it on. And shit.
Yeah, just everyone, bro. Just all sorts of people, man.
The people who were, you know, blonde-haired, blue-eyed Germans fighting for the Reich. It's ridiculous, man. It's savage shit.
It's insane.
Fucking drugging up the soldiers and
then Bro, there's like so like when you like look more into it and just like dive deeper into World War II like facts and stuff. Like they were just insane people. Like during that time, it was just insane.
Yeah.
And you know, I can only imagine like living during that time. You know what I mean? Where it's like you're living in the United States and all of a sudden your country just goes into this mad war. You know, you might get drafted, who knows? And then they drop a fucking nuke on Japan. Yeah, bro.
Well, first they bombed Pearl Harbor, yeah. Then
Yeah, you know. But
it's craziness, yeah. It's a wild world, man. And history, I think it's important to know the history, you know, so we don't repeat it, you know, so we can learn from it. And, you know, not let those kind of figures rise again, you know.
Right.
Let these people who are just desperate for power, you know, telling people what they want to hear, playing on their feelings, you know, and
right.
It's crazy, dude. You know, ad hominem. You know ad hominem?
No.
It's essentially just playing on emotion.
Oh, shit.
You know. And,
bro.
Yeah, that's what people do.
What's crazy, man, is like Hitler, how many drugs Hitler was on, though.
Yeah.
Man was like on meth like 24/7. Like, goddamn, bro. Like, no wonder why he was fucking crazy. You know what I mean? Like, no, like, bro, man was insane. And there was like some talks about like him invading. Who did he invade? I was like Poland, right?
Yeah, that's where it started. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. And he was like having a meeting with the general. And the general was like freaking out because Hitler was just like going insane on him, bro. Like, Joe Rogan talks about it all the goddamn time, but
yeah, man,
bro,
history's wicked.
Like it's most insane shit. Like no wonder why he was fucking crazy because that man was on meth 24/7. Like
yeah, it's not good for you.
You know what I mean? Like, like just all right, bro. Like people that if you look at the people of QAnon, the people who stormed the Capitol, can like imagine if those people were on meth like all the fucking time. You know what I mean? Like, no, they just went batshit crazy over, like, by just their own mental, you know what I mean, capacity. But, like, if they were on drugs, like, 24/7, like...
Yeah, it definitely would have been worse. Yeah, no, man, it's wild shit. And that's, it's sad, you know, when people believe lies and get told to do certain things and, you know, that's what can happen. You know, people can... You know, when there's a lot of people can do some destruction. You know, if a lot of people believe something, they can do something. You know, and if you have enough, they can storm a capital. They can, you know, take over a country. It is what it is. You know, you just got to be smart with that ability, you know, to lead. But some people aren't.
Yeah, man.
But you know, well, I think we should get it here. Would you like to tell people where they can listen to your music?
Yeah. I guess. We should definitely end it here, man. It's been forever. Yeah, man. I go by the name Vale once more. You can find me on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you need. You can even Google me. And if you actually Google me, you could find all my shit, Instagram, everything. So yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I'll leave all the links in the description below, everybody. Tales from the Deep.
Yeah, man. Thank you guys for having me once more. It was fun. I was excited to come here. You know, I watch this every week, and I'm excited to watch this again. Hopefully, I didn't fuck up too much. You know.
No, man. It was great.
It's been
great.
bro.
All right, man.
All right.
Until next time, y'all.
Yeah. Peace and love, y'all.